in the book, actually, I interviewed Dr. Aditi Nurikar, and you met her.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
Fantastic, right? Yeah. And we got into this whole conversation of good stress, bad stress. Eustress, good stress versus bad stress, distress. And, we talked about how good stress could lead to resilience. It could lead to growth. It actually could lead to a stronger culture. You're never really going to have a stress-free work environment.
Agreed.
We're always going to have stress at work. We're all going to have deadlines. We're all going to have things we're going to want to hit. But not everything has to be, just like you said, 24/7, 365, because at some point, it's going to stack so much that you as a leader are realizing you're probably not being very efficient. Your employees are probably not working super efficiently, not working well together. And you've caused a lot of bad stress, distress in their life. That's leading to things like anxiety, depression, and then starts to lead to physical ailments, because we know there's a linkage between, your mental health and your physical health. And so that becomes a very vicious cycle, especially in the workplace. And that leads to a lot of unproductivity. What I found with the two is you really have to find that right balance and understand there will be, and just talk about it. There's a push. We're all going to make a push. We did it recently as a company at Calm, where around the elections, and we treated the elections like our Super Bowl moment, because we knew and we saw the data that people's stress was rising every day as that day, November 5th, got closer and closer. We saw it in the App Store, we saw it in comments, we saw it on social. So we really came together as a company to do different types of things around that. Take a breath, 30 seconds or 15 seconds of silence. We showed animals from the San Diego Zoo on Instagram, and we got so many people commenting that day that said, hey, thank you for the silence. Thank you for my 15 seconds in this world where so many things are happening. Now, people were dialing in from work because they were stressed at work. Stress doesn't just mean it's at home. It was like people were like during the elections coming in from work. And so we wanted to give them a little bit so they had a release so they could be more productive. So there's a lot of things around stuff that I look at for good stress and bad stress, and recognize there's always going to be a push-pull. But that's the part where you can't do it alone. You got to have a good team. You got to talk about it. You do this so well, and make sure that becomes part of your fabric, your culture, your DNA. And I think it's shifting, but it's slow.
Yeah.
I think the conversation around mental health in everyday life, it's the most approachable it's ever been, right? I talk about things with my own kids today around mental health. When I was a child coming,